I'm John. This is my show, Wicked Confidential. It comes from Wicked Slice, Coventry, Connecticut. Today I'm going to show you crown roasted pork stuffed with an apple stuffing, and I have cauliflower, parsley, potatoes, and sauteed mushroom. This is the stuffing for the crown roasted pork that I'm making today. It's an apple cranberry stuffing started with butter and onions. I'm going to cut the apple up, and we're good to go. This is a Granny Smith apple that we use in the restaurant. That's why I'm using this one here. I don't have any preference on apples, really. I'm not a big apple eater, so. But these were here, so. And there we go. We're gonna saute the onions. And as always, butter's your friend. In moderation, folks, in moderation. And yes, I have this cheesy mustache still on for another week. I don't like it, but I have a bet with some people, and that's why I have it on. Thank you, Michael. That's Michael, our general manager of the Wicked Slice. It's about 2 tablespoons of garlic. I'm gonna throw the apples in now too. I like to get them cooked a little bit before I put them in the stuffing. It's a very simple recipe of onions, garlic, butter, chicken stock, and I'm using a pre-packaged stuffing that we use for our Thanksgiving pizzas. It's just Pepperidge Farm. I prefer that. Most of my ingredients came from Highland Park Market in Coventry. They're very nice to me, and it's a really great little market with great people there. As I like to use the small restaurants, small places, just like we are, as small businesses make up 51% of the American economy. Now at this point, the onions are translucent. I'm going to add the stuffing mix. Stir that up and add chicken stock. Smells great. Cranberries, dried cranberries, which we use on a few of our salads here. People really seem to like it. And there we go. A little more chicken stock. And as always, salt and pepper. I do like these, as I showed you before. I love these grinders, they're great. Give that a stir. It still looks like it's a little dry, so this is probably about a cup of chicken stock in here. And that's basically it. I'm going to take this and I'm going to stuff it into the pork, and we're going to have a great meal. And here's the stuffing that I just showed you how to make. We're going to stuff the crown roasted pork. Isn't this beautiful? And we're going to pop it in the oven. Stuff it down inside. That beautiful stuffing. And that's it. It goes in the oven. 45 minutes at 350 degrees. But I'm going to finish up on my cauliflower, parsley, potatoes, and sauteed mushroom. So I'm going to finish this up right now. Right now I'm going to use the ricer as I used in a couple shows that I've done. This is like my favorite kitchen tool. It ends the mixer. You don't have to drag out the mixer or all the other stuff to do potatoes. It goes just like this, and it comes out perfect. It takes a little strength, makes a little mess, but like the end product is absolutely fabulous. That's a good sign here. The phone is ringing. People want pizzas today. That helps me pay my bills. Thank you, people of Coventry, and everybody else who comes out and visits the Wicked Slice. We really appreciate it. And any other small business that you visit too, please. That's what runs America. Okay. Add a tiny bit of heavy cream. Excuse me, half and half. Salt. Butcher cracked pepper, of course. And of course, my friend, butter. My heart doctor doesn't think it's my friend, but butter's still my friend, folks. And you get a gorgeous puree like that. No lumps, no clumps, and the kids will not know that there's cauliflower in there. I fool my children with it. Well, I guess I'm not going to fool you anymore, kids, right? Because I just gave up the secret. So we're going to go over and we're going to plate up this mashed potato. That's gorgeous. Little brandy in the mushrooms because we had it left over from the Diane. We'll try not to burn the place down. Tiny bit of beef stock. And of course, butter, my friend. We'll get that back on heat for a moment. Can we go over and check on our pork? We'll check how the crown opens fine. It's looking beautiful already. The stuffing's getting a little crunchy, and that's a fine meal for even on Thanksgiving. You can still cook a turkey, but you can cook pork too. I'm going to show you a champagne poached shrimp, eggs Benedict. I'm going to do some hash browns for you. This is a little brunch show. So the first thing we're going to do is champagne poached shrimp. Simply in a frying pan or a pot, whatever you prefer. I'm going to use this. The champagne is courtesy of High Spirits Liquor in Willimantic. Thank you very much, ladies. I have a lot of nice people supporting the show. So I'm going to put the shrimp right in there. It's going to boil very quickly. Shrimp takes 3 or 4 minutes to cook. Okay. Champagne poaching makes it a little sweeter, a little different. I like to do different things instead of the same old humdrum. I'm going to serve this on endive with I have a white cocktail sauce, which consists of a half a cup of sour cream, half a cup of mayonnaise, 3 tablespoons of horseradish. It's very good. While that's poaching, I'm going to get the back burner going. I'm going to start the hash browns. Because nothing like hash browns for breakfast. Fresh, not frozen. And of course, my friend butter. Went to my boss's house, cooked with his family. Great people. Just like the people of Coventry. We love you guys. Okay. We're going to let that go. Same thing with the hash browns. Onions first. We'll get a little color on the onions. We're going to go to something after this too because the hash brown is going to take about 12 or 13 minutes to cook. As you see, everything's boiling here. The shrimp are almost done. That's how little time it takes to do shrimp. Put a little salt in there. A little pepper. And there you go. Stir up my onions. This is a simple presentation. This is endive. You can get it in any grocery store. It has a very good flavor. It's just a little vessel to put the shrimp on so you can pick it up easier. Put a little of the sauce there. Beautiful. And like I said, these are done already. This is a great way to start brunch. Little shrimp. Very rich meal that I'm doing for you here today. But that's okay once in a while. You got to splurge for yourself. Have fun. You only live once. And there is champagne poached shrimp on endive with a white cocktail sauce. Bring the hash browns up front so I can get them going a little better. Onions starting to turn brown. We put the potatoes in. And I like to use a funky cut with the potatoes. I just like to use little squares. That's what everybody does. Okay. I don't really like the snow anymore because I'm old, but I definitely like the holidays. Put this off to the side. And dessert today will be creme brulee. It's very easy to make. People are afraid to make it. It's very easy, which I'm going to show you. It's just like 5 ingredients, and you're good to go. We're going to torch it up, and it's going to look great. So these take, like I said, 12 or 13 minutes. You could actually blanch these off if you wanted. You could put them in the microwave for a minute or two, but they lose the texture when you do that. And I don't want them to break up. Lost one right there, that's okay. For the Eggs Benedict, I use Bay's English muffins. You get them in a dairy case. They're just so much better than the commercial brand. And then again, a small company, Thomas's really doesn't need my money, but Bay's does. That's looking very nice. Beautiful. I don't want to burn that. Okay, we're going to put something on the back burner and let it cook slow. I'm going to get this creme brulee recipe going so we can get that in the oven. This is going to take a few minutes anyway. There you go, folks. So creme brulee is just a custard. It's just egg yolks, heavy cream, sugar, and vanilla. Right here I have 1 quart, 4 cups of heavy cream. I have 9 egg yolks, which I'm going to temper. Tempering means adding a little bit of the hot liquid to the eggs. If I threw these eggs into the hot liquid, they would just scramble immediately and your dish is ruined. So by doing this, it enables it to do that. So in here I already have, like I said, 4 cups of cream, 3/4 of a cup of sugar, and 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. So basically tempering. I'm just going to take a little of the hot liquid and add it to the cold. Mix the eggs up. And as you see, it doesn't even really, it's not scrambling up. Like I said, if you put it all in at once, it would be very ugly. If you shop at Whole Foods or something, you could also put the insides of a vanilla bean in here, which is even better than the extract that I was using. Turn down my potatoes so I don't burn them. I got a little color on them. Beautiful. Okay. At this point, I'm going to add the rest of the eggs to the hot mixture because they're already tempered. And that is it right there. Now, follow me over here. I have them in little ramekins in a water bath. You bring it up to almost halfway. Doesn't matter, you get a liquid in the water. Beautiful. Now we're going to pop this into a 375-degree oven for 48 minutes. And through the magic of TV, I will have one ready. Okay, let's not burn my potatoes here. I have my hollandaise sauce is already prepared. I used a packaged hollandaise sauce. Some people don't like the fresh stuff. It's kind of difficult to make. I've actually made it in a few restaurants that I worked in. The former Depot restaurant in Mansfield that everybody used to love, and unfortunately burned down when I was working there. So this is a pre-packaged hollandaise sauce. I'll follow the directions on the back. It's just milk, and that's it. getting that. We're going to finish these with some salt and pepper. So Eggs Benedict is traditionally served with Canadian bacon. You can put whatever you want on there. I'm not a big Canadian bacon fan. My first job was at McDonald's, and I made so many Egg McMuffins and ate so much Canadian bacon, I can't take it anymore. So today I'm giving you spinach hollandaise, which is a little healthier. Not really, but I like to think so because of the vegetables. Mike's getting me some poaching water right now. We're going to toast up our English muffin. Like I said, these don't even look like the other English muffins. They're so nice. And I have the whole package, so I like to use just the bottoms because they're bigger. Here, Chef. Thank you very much, Michael. These I'm going to put in the oven. Right in the brick. Use my timer so I don't burn it. Michael put vinegar in the water. What that does, it helps the egg come back together to poach much nicer. Okay, our water's just about boiling now. We're going to move this back to the front. And we're going to start to, I get the hollandaise warmed up. My potatoes are all set. So the easiest way when you're doing something like this too, put it in another container, just like this. Put it in a separate container. It's just easier. Beautiful. So that's almost boiling. I want it to the point of boiling. Add a little salt to the water. And a little pepper. As always, salt and pepper. This is what the finished product looks like. It's just a custard. Very good. You can put flavors in there. I've done orange. People really like maple creme brulee. I've had that many places too. This was on the menu at the depot, so we used to do probably 150 of these on a Friday night easily. We did probably 200 covers a day there. It was a crazy restaurant. It was right near the train tracks. People like to sit so your table shook. It was pretty cool. Okay, my water's boiling. So when you do something like this too, get the water spinning. Like that. And add your egg. Beautiful. And there we go. See, even that happens to the chef sometimes. Oh, the eggs. Did not, I don't know what happened there. My eggs broke up. I'm going to put another one in. Beautiful. Okay, that's all right. Okay, perfect. I got the other egg going. Spinach. Just goes on the Bay's English muffin. Just raw like that is perfect. The egg will cook it. We got our hollandaise going back here. Having a problem getting his last egg out of here. He's not cooperating at all. Stir up the hollandaise so it doesn't break on you. Even though it's a prepackaged sauce, it'll still break on you. And here we go. That one got a little overdone, folks. Take the hollandaise sauce. Spoon it over the eggs and the spinach. That's beautiful. Hollandaise is like a lemony sauce. I'll take my potatoes, which are right here. And that's beautiful. And then we have eggs Benedict over spinach. Okay, folks, now we're going to show you how to burn up the creme brulee. Now get a sparker. I don't recommend you do what I did there. I forgot the sparker at home. So what we take is some sugar, which I have right here. Spread that evenly out on top. And it's going to caramelize, and it's going to be nice and crunchy. Crunchy, and it's going to be soft and sweet on the inside. Maybe a little bit too much. And you simply take the torch. I'm brave, but you know, you can do this sitting down, you know, put it on the table. Having trouble with my torch, I see. Technical difficulties. And we're going to get nice golden on the sugar. Oh, man. Yes. Sorry, folks. Technical difficulties again. This is not like the right torch. This is like we used to use in the old days. They have really nice little handheld torches now that you can get just about anywhere. Walmart sells them, and any restaurant store. I'm going one more time because I really want this to look nice. I want to get all that sugar burnt. Now once that sits for a few minutes, that's going to harden up. I did a family size one, you know, for 2 or 3 people here. You can do it any size that you want. Just a really, really great dessert. It's just not going to be ready, unfortunately. And when I take it out, I'm going to take it, I'll put it on a clean sheet pan anyway. But that's how I would serve that at the table like that anyway, and I would cut it for you, because otherwise you lose all the presentation. And Highland Park Market didn't give me the little hats to go on there either. Well, the place in Stafford did. It's not there anymore. So in the meantime, I'm going to start putting together our next dish. I'm just doing a simple, almost like a scampi-like, but I'm using a champagne instead. Lobster, thin spaghetti, some onions and parsley. But a great dish. I have my broken down lobster here already, which I showed you on another show. The easiest way to do it. And yes, folks, that's not a lot of lobster. That's one whole lobster there. So that's why they're so expensive, unfortunately. So again, butter. Onions. Actually, no, Melanie, we'll move this up front. We'll move this to the back. A little bit of garlic. Garlic is one of my favorite ingredients. Is garlic. I use it in everything. You can also use it with roasted garlic. We have roasted garlic here at the restaurant that we put on a lot of things. And there's nothing better than onions, butter, and garlic together. It smells fabulous. Maybe throw some mushrooms in there to be a little better. So like I said, this is a very, very simple dish. That's beautiful. Take my champagne off the flame so I don't burn the camera like last time. So we're gonna let that reduce for about a minute. It just intensifies the flavor a little more. And then we're gonna add chicken stock. If I had a seafood stock or something, I could use that too. You use chicken, vegetable, whatever you want. I try to use Rachel Ray's products. So at this point, we're gonna add some more butter to make a nice sauce. It's beautiful. Adding no thickening agent to this or anything like that. I just like it played out just like this. Lobster's already cooked, so that's going to go in last. Always when you're doing a pasta dish, it always comes out way better when you put the pasta right inside the liquid. And instead of just putting the pasta on a plate. Everything gets incorporated. My water's almost boiling. As always, salt and pepper. I'm gonna grab some Parmesan cheese. And this is how we roll it, Wicked Slice, with a big jug of Parmesan. That looks fabulous. We're gonna add the lobster now. A little bit of fresh parsley. A little more. I love parsley. One of my favorite herbs. Not my favorite herb, not my favorite herb, but it's right up there. I'm gonna give that a taste. Perfect. The perfect balance. The champagne is a little sweeter. It's not as dry as the Chardonnay. It tastes really good. So I'm gonna take your pasta. Like to get it like kind of in a circle. This is a perfect brunch dish. I'm not a big breakfast fan either, but I do like to do brunch. And I'm up early every day. I don't know why I don't eat breakfast. I'm just not one of those breakfast people. I try to keep some of the lobster intact too, like the claw right here. A little fresh parsley on top. And there you have champagne lobster with pasta.
All right, guys. I'm Mike. I'm the manager here at Wicked Slice. Following up Johnny's brunch special, I'm going to be making a breakfast pizza. We do make this here once in a while. Seems to be a good, a pretty big hit. We usually do it on Sunday mornings. Get people in after Saturday night looking for a little breakfast, lunch, something to fill their stomach. So here I've got a pre-stretched pizza dough. We do have a pizza roller here, so I did roll it out a little bit. But like I said in my last episode when we did pizza, just get a 16 ounce pizza dough from your local grocery store, and you just pound it out. And just make sure you get all the air bubbles out, and you want to keep it in a nice circle. It'll be easier to put on your pizza stone or your pizza tray, or baking pan, whatever you're using at home. So now once you got your pizza dough pretty stretched out and bubble free, like I said, we use pizza screens here. Pizza stone at home will work just fine. This is actually, for the sake of today's show, is a 21 ounce dough that we make our large pizzas out of. So I'm just going to be stretching this dough out to a 21-inch pizza, just like before. Just keep stretching the edges. You want to keep a consistent thickness on the dough. And just stretch that to the edge of your pizza stone or the edge of your baking pan or screen if you have one. So I'm going to go ahead and cut up a pepper for this pizza. While working here at Wicked Slice, Johnny actually told me how to cut a lot of produce the correct way, the way that he learned throughout the years working in different restaurants. You want to just cut the sides off of the pepper so you don't have to deal with the seeds or the stem or anything like that. If you have any seeds left over, just go ahead and peel them out. And then also on the inside of the pepper, right here, you've got a white piece of pepper that has a really bitter taste, and when you're making food with peppers or anything like that, you want to just go ahead and cut it out. Same with the other piece we have here. Cut the ends off. And then you'll have a nice straight piece also. It's better for the presentation of the meal. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it in thin strips like this. Both pieces. One pepper should be enough for your 16-inch pizza at home. I've got a couple that I've already cut up today. I'm gonna go ahead and take the pizza dough that I've already stretched out. And in this bottle here, I took about 5 eggs. You probably only need 2 or 3 at home. Mix it with a little salt and pepper and some heavy cream. You're gonna take that, whisk it up into a nice, basically scrambled egg mixture and put it in a squeeze bottle. If you don't have a squeeze bottle at home, you can always just ladle it in the center of the pizza and just move it around like the pizza sauce. Just gonna do a nice thick spiral around the entire pizza crust like that. And when that goes into the oven, it's really gonna puff up like a scrambled egg too. So once you have a very light base of the egg on the base of the pizza, we're gonna go ahead and start putting a little bit of American cheese down. We use American cheese. I mean, I like American cheese, and so does everybody else, in the words of Chef Johnny. But it adds a creamier texture than most cheese, and most of the time when you guys get a breakfast sandwich or something like that, you're gonna get bacon egg with American cheese or sausage egg with American cheese. So just stick to what's traditional, and it really will taste like that breakfast sandwich that you get at your local breakfast shop. All right, so from there, I'm gonna go ahead and put also a shredded mozzarella mixture on top. You want to do a little bit heavier on the cheese than a normal pizza so that the egg can actually fill in the gaps of the cheese and so it doesn't overflow off the side of the pizza. Get all that cheese on there. All right. From there, we've got a nice base of cheese so that when we put the rest of the egg on, it'll hold it into the pizza. So again, with just a light spiral around the top. And that's the base for any of your breakfast pizza that you make. Today I'm going to do a sausage and green pepper. I've got a Jimmy Dean breakfast sausage, ground sausage. It's easiest to put on pizzas this way, and you can get it at any of your local grocery stores. So just little pieces you just rip off and just place them evenly around the pizza. But like I said, you can use any kind of meat you want. You want to put bacon on it, that's fine. We just had the Jimmy Dean sausage in-house from a previous breakfast pizza that we made. As far as the vegetables, again, any kind of vegetables you want. You want to do peppers, onions. If you want to do a full vegetable pie, that's fine as well. All right. So once you have a good even amount of sausage throughout the pizza, you can go ahead and then put your vegetables on. Again, just evenly throughout the pizza. From here, we're going to go ahead and put it into our preheated oven. Like I previously said, our ovens are usually set around 550 degrees here. And most home ovens will go up to that as well. So if you're using a thinner pizza crust and you're going into the oven with it, 550 degrees is good. If you're using a little bit thicker crust, you like a thick crust pizza, You can start a little bit lower, and it'll cook that thick crust pizza all the way through. As always, we top our pizzas around the crust and throughout the middle with Parmesan cheese. Also, a little Italian spice, basil, and oregano mixture. And like I said, I did add a little bit of salt and pepper to the eggs already, but everyone likes salt and pepper, so we'll add a little more to the top there. And we'll go right into the oven with that pie. Thank you, Johnny. Alrighty, so once that pizza's been in the oven for about 7-8 minutes, it should be pretty good to go. Got a nice crisp bottom on that. Just gonna hit it on the brick to get that final crispness onto it. Like I said, if you're using a pizza stone at home, you'll have that crispness already. We'll go ahead and get that cut up in just a second. That looks beautiful. And that's a meal in itself right there, guys. Again, I'm Mike, General Manager here at Wicked Slice, and this is Wicked Confidential, and have a great day. Mike, out.
I'm gonna pull the crown roast out of the oven now. We're just gonna finish up these mushrooms. Butter, beef stock, a little brandy. You don't have to use the liquor. It just gives a little more pungent flavor. And if you don't drink, all the alcohol gets burned off. So it's really not a problem. But you can always omit the alcohol in any of my dishes. Tiny bit of butcher cracked pepper. Same thing with the salt. And that's beautiful mushrooms. Gorgeous. Nice caramelized mushrooms. So this pork is really hot. You need to let this pork sit for a good 15 minutes before you even cut it, so all the juices go back into the meat. And then I would put that on a nice serving platter and serve it just like that and cut it at the table. Just so you can see, I'll take out some of the stuffing so you can see how beautiful that stuffing is too. Smells fabulous. Fabulous. So thank you everybody for watching my show, Wicked Confidential. And again, thank you very much for everybody watching my show. It's a really lot of fun here. We have many more episodes to come up. On that note, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next year. John Murray out.